Hey everybody, welcome to Ellis Mowers. I appreciate y'all watching. I got a request from somebody to get a hauler mower ready. The guy has health issues and is not really able to walk very far, and he wants to be able to get from his house to his garage so that he can do some work out there and not get physically exhausted from walking that distance. He wants something to be able to ride on. So I'm going to try and get this one ready for him. I told him like $200, so I mean, I'm not really selling it for much, but I'm not going to find a deck for this. So I have pulled it in the garage. It does need some work. I was told it ran before it was slated to be sent to scrap, and I got the mower from him. I said, I'll take it off your hands, that way you don't have to take it to scrap. I got that, a tiller, and the red LT4000 mower that y'all saw months back. We're gonna see what we can do with this. I just needed to get it running and driving. I don't think it's gonna take a lot, so we'll see what we can do, and we'll go ahead and get started on it. Alright y'all, let me give you an overview of this thing before I get started on it. It is one of those LT4000 Craftsman's, made in about 94, 95 I think. Let's see. This was made in February of 95, at least the engine was. The mower itself was made in 94, so this is one of them late LT4000S Craftsman's. When I pulled it up here, I noticed that the drag link is rotted out on it, so I do need to replace that. Well, another thing I need to replace, well, I've got a replacement right here that's perfectly functional. It came off of a Wizard Ride mower that I had last year. Good thing I saved it, right? The deck rotted out on this, which is why it does not have a deck on it. Got to find an air filter cover for it. I will see what I can muster. I think I've got one. I just got to pull it out. Yeah. Looks like we got a little bit of a nest that grew where this mower had been sitting, as you can see, with some leaves and such in there. The engine does have compression. You can see the fuel line's been cut. Brakes actually work. Back tire's a little slack, a little ATF will fix that. But everything else appears to be functional. I probably have to put a carburetor on it because this one looks like it's frozen. The butterfly, although I've got some debris and stuff in there, so that may have something to do with it. Maybe some WD-40 will fix it. I doubt that this carb is good since it's been exposed to water and the elements and stuff over the years. But here it is. I'm trying to get this knocked out pretty quickly. First thing I'm going to do is replace the drag link. Let me get all the tools I need and I'll show you how to do that. Alright y'all, the best way to go about this is to just take the ball and the nut off when you do this. 9/16 inch. I do need a little leverage, that's why I've got a 1/2 inch here, and a 1/2 inch drive anyways, socket. And you just take this socket, and you're gonna break it loose, but I'll get that broken loose. Let me answer this phone call. Okay y'all, so we've got this one off. And what I ended up doing is working with myself. Y'all saw I was working against myself. Turned the wheel all the way to the right. Was able to put that wrench up against this bar here, or the mount for the front of the mower, and then I was able to loosen it up. Now we're on the inside one, which is going to be a little bit more difficult. The access point, so I've got it pulled all the way back here. Same deal, 9/16 and a 1/2 inch. I got the 1/2 inch wrench butted up against there. As good as I can show you right here. We're gonna see if I can get it off. I might have to get a bigger bar. But because you can't get any leverage underneath the mower. So got it in gear. That way it doesn't go anywhere. I think I've got it tightening anyways. That's the issue. Because I'm trying to make things harder on myself, as I always do. Alright, so it's going to go all the way forward, butt up against there, and now we're going to loosen it. I hope y'all can see. I can't tilt the camera up without it falling over on me, so I'm loosening it up. 1/2-inch drive ratchet, or something that's going to give you some leverage, is pretty much a requirement to get this off. So that, let's see, get the wrench out. Should be able to wiggle. Should be a locking nut on this side. We will wiggle the drag link out. Let me grab the new one. We'll go ahead and put that one in while I'm back here. I'd suggest putting this one on first. Remember, it went this way. Locking nut. Oh. Nut. Okay. And we'll just tighten it up. Kind of excited. I've never really made a hauler mower before. I actually had 2 requests for hauler mowers, so if I don't sell it to this first guy, there may be a second guy that wants it. We'll see. Alright. Where's that wrench? Put the wrench back on. It doesn't have to be ungodly tight because we've got a locking nut on there. There we go. So that's plenty good. We'll take this and I like this setup, y'all, because there's only one drag link that connects both wheels. The newer Husqvarnas, like mine back here, have those 2 separate drag links. They wear out so bad. You hardly ever find one of these with a toe out of your shoe. Some of the later versions of the LT1000s do, but you hardly ever see these with the issue with toe out. So let me take, hopefully y'all can see without the sun glare going on here. Y'all can see good enough. Alright, we'll take this nut off. It's got 2 locking nuts on it. That's interesting. All the others only had 1. Guess I just put them on there just to get them out of the way, be my guess. So link goes in. There we go. Locking nut. Then the regular nut. Like so. 1/2-inch wrench, 9/16 on the bottom, and just tighten it up. Eventually. So I have more leverage. drag link is fixed. We have steering again. Woohoo! At least I can steer it around even if I don't get the engine running, right? So like I said, I know the transmission's good. The reason why it was parked was because of the deck. So about 6 minutes worth, we got the drag link fixed. Now, let me get my vacuum cleaner. I'm just going to vacuum all that mess up right there. And, or I might just, I'm going to take, actually, I'm going to take the mower and just to the side of there and just blow it off because we got a bunch of junk and stuff on it from where it's been sitting outside. So, next order of business, I'm just going to throw a battery in it, find a key, throw some starter fluid in it. After I got to put oil in it first though because he took off the cap, so I got to find a cap that works for this. Got some sort of grounding deal going on here. I don't know what was. Oh, he took the solenoid off too. Gosh darn it. Let's see if I can find a 4-post solenoid that'll work as well. I think I got one back here. I'll get one. We'll put a solenoid on it and get all that mess addressed. And I'll join you when I get the solenoid. Alright guys, I have done a lot of work off camera. Mostly it was just finding parts and putting them on. Upon further investigation, I found everything I needed thanks to a batch of stuff I got a while back. But I found this cover, found a coil, found a starter solenoid. I've still got to find a dipstick. But put a battery in it. And we've got that. So we got it turning over. I don't have any oil in it yet. I'm going to put oil in it. I'm going to find a dipstick. I already got the cover for it. I know I have a dipstick here somewhere because I've taken apart a couple of these engines. And I'll put gas in it and we'll see if we can at least fire it over. It's wet. It's late tonight, so I am done tonight. But we'll tackle this tomorrow, see if we can get a hauler mower going here. And we can just cruise around the yard with it. Alright y'all, found a dipstick. Obviously I've cleaned everything off as good as I can here and also put oil in it. So I think I told you I found one of these. So I'm going to grab some carb spray and I've got everything plugged in. I just want to see if the thing runs. Alright, let's see what we got here. Well, not quite. Hope this thing's getting spark. Let's see what we can muster here. Need to check the plug and the coil here. So let me get my test light. I'm going to check to see if I have any spark from the coil. This is like it's not a junk coil, but it's a one that I got in the parts pile. So I'll see if it works or not. Alright guys, well I ended up having a bad coil, and here's how I figured that out. I tried to pull one from my parts bin in the shed that I got, and if I remembered right from Mowers video, he said you want to test it out and make sure that it's about 6 ohms, less than 6 ohms on your, between your lead and your plug, or between the lead and the coil. As you can see, this one, if I can get it down there, I can promise you it tested. You got to find a clean area to scratch. If I can get it. We'll make a liar out of me here. It's really going to make a liar out of me. Wow. Anyways, you find a clean area, and then you test it to 6 ohms, which this one did just work. So I'll plug it in, throw some carb spray in it, and I'll show you that it cranks and runs. It's going to make a liar out of me. Sometimes they're hard to test. So you can hear that that's running fine. I think the governor's stuck on it though, so we'll have to loosen that up some, or the throttle, one of the two. Little WD-40 won't hurt on that. Oh, that thing is stuck. I'll have to get that governor unstuck, but it does run, as you can see, with that coil on it. The other two are essentially bad because I cannot get any ohms on the reading. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and replace the remainder of the fuel line here and replace the carburetor on it, because this one I'm sure is gummed up. I got to get the governor freed up too, otherwise we're not going to have a good, it's not going to be good when it comes to that. So let me see what I can do here, y'all. And yeah, that governor arm is frozen up. And see if we can get this thing running. Alright y'all, let me give you an overview of everything else I've done here. I have put the new carburetor on it. As you can see, the anti-backfire solenoid I've connected. We knew that the coil was good, and obviously we have the dipstick, and everything else seems fine. I think gas, had to replace the gas cap. The gas cap had a hole in it. The brake is much better than it was. I got that fixed with a little bit of WD-40. So let me see if this thing will crank and run for us. Sound like the muffler's parked in the block. see if it backfires on us. I tried. That's nice. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Just, you know, run and put around the yard is all that it needs to do. So that's great. I'm going to go ahead and put an air filter on it. And put air in the back tires. Give it a nice cleaning. I'm going to figure out something to do with this the seat here, with like a seat cover and or something along those lines. I might look in the backyard and see if there's anything available for me to use just for right now. And yeah, good deal. Alright guys, I've got it washed and everything. I wanted to show you, I ended up taking the button off and the cable and that little pin off because I'll use it on another mower that has a deck on it. Put the engine cover back on, found bolts for that, found a screw for the dipstick. I don't have that cover, but that's not a make or break. Put this cover back on. This is a little bit shallower than must be a little bit older because it's a little bit shallower, but it still works fine. Again, I'm just trying to put some stuff together here to make a nice little hauler for the guy. Carburetor, like I said, washed it. I'll show you what I did with the seat though. It was kind of an experiment, but I wanted to try it just to see if it would work, and it kind of did. It obviously could be better, but I put the seat cover on it. But that seat y'all saw at the beginning did not have any padding on it. So what I did is I found a couch or a chair cushion on the side of the road one day, picked it up, ended up cutting it in half, and that ended up being about the perfect depth or the perfect thickness, and just cut it around and cut it to length. You'll see it on the back side here. I put a little bit of duct tape around it to secure it. I probably could have put some silicone and it probably would have been fine. But I did silicone the seat cushion to the foam and made the seat. So, and I mean, if you didn't think it was a seat cover, if I could upholster better, then you wouldn't think really anything up that I basically built this seat from a frame. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to put it back on. We'll crank it up. I'll give it a final look and test. And I actually did the same thing with that snapper seat over there. It kind of works pretty well. I have, let's see, the reason why I did this, so the cushion was free. I could have bought a seat for $50-some, but again, I'm not going to sell that for more than about $150 to $200 unless I part it out. I don't know yet. Depends on if the guy still wants one. But free seat cushion. The seat covers were $11, or about $12, would round it up, because I found them on clearance. I bought every one they had. I can get 4 seat cushions out of a 2-pack of car seat cushions, which means that this seat cushion cost about $3 plus the, 50 cents worth of silicone each, so about $3.50. Let me get this up. Excuse me. Let me get this seat on. I'll give you all a final look and test. I know it's not a long video, but it's mostly just putting a bunch of stuff on a mower. And y'all love these LT4000s, so. Alright guys, this is it. All finished up. I wish I had a black seat cover as opposed to a brown seat cover. Beggars can't be choosers when it comes to clearance items. So, gave it a nice pressure wash. Turned out nice. It's going to be a perfect hauler mower. It does surge just a tiny bit, but I didn't get a carburetor from my usual folks. So, Gotta move the linkage a little bit. Okay. The linkage actually got stuck under the engine cover. Now let's try. All right, y'all. So that's that. Like I showed y'all, it moves. It is surging a little bit. I'm going to investigate that a little bit. Whenever you put a load on it, it does smooth out. So could just be that way that carburetor is. Could be a little bit of water in the system too. I'm not sure, but I will run it a little bit, see what happens. But that's all for this one, guys. Pretty much just getting a hauler mower running, and I did test the charger. I don't know if it's charging. It kind of does, because it went from about 12.5 volts to about 12.6 volts just in that 1.5 to 2 minutes. These do not charge. I think they usually charge about 12.8. So they don't charge. They're not like a high output charger like some are, where they're like 14 plus volts. I'm going to check that, see if that's the case. A lot of times the wiring and whatnot gets a little messed up on them, and so I just make sure that the wiring is secure and that it is charging like it should. But I appreciate y'all watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this relatively, at least for me, quick video of getting this hauler LT4000 mower running. Pretty quick fix, and I've got 2 contacts potentially for a hauler, so I'll make sure it's good before I sell it, and we'll see what we end up with. So thank y'all again for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Alright y'all, I couldn't leave you with this surgeon like it was. I drilled out the low speed jet on it, on this new carb, and got it where it was working. And it is charging as well. Let me grab my tripod. I'll show you. .68, so it's got this. It's not the high output, but it is charging. All right, y'all. I just wanted to end it like that, and not halfway done. See you next time.